Now at 11, President Donald Trump walking back tariffs on a range of goods. Tonight we're taking a close look at the impact of tariff whiplash on the market and in the mainstream. Plus, 40 pounds of meth discovered in bags of Cheetos. Tonight, what led investigators to that discovery and their suspects.
A couple of chances for rain and snow tomorrow, then a look ahead to a sunny stretch.
And the Indiana Pacers going for their third win in a row, but they're doing it tonight without two of their best players. I've got all the action from Atlanta. Live from Indy, you're watching 13 News. Spoiler alert, the weather gets better. In fact, much better. We could see our first 70-degree day next week. We'll get to that in a moment, but tonight we are near the freezing mark, and parts of Indiana are now bracing for possible rain and snow to start your Friday. Thanks for inviting us in. It's 11 o'clock. Look, we don't want to steal the thunder on Angela's extended forecast, but sometimes it's nice to start with really good news.
Especially when we're staring down a Friday and 70s in the 7-day.
Yep.
Why not?
Let's do it.
We do have to get through tomorrow first and that light rain snow mix. The only impact for the morning drive and then as you wrap up your Friday night plans will be a few wet roads. Temperatures should come up enough that this will be a light rain snow mix, but no issues on the roads for your Friday morning drive. Sunrise is at 7:10. Here's what we're watching. Rain and snow developing out to our west. They're under winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings across parts of Iowa back through Nebraska. That snow will stay to our north. Locally, we get a little rain, a little sleet, maybe a few flakes of snow. It arrives around sunrise tomorrow. This is 8 a.m. If you need some dry time, you get that in the middle part of the day, and then we'll end Friday night with some additional rain and snow showers. Looking ahead to the weekend, a sunny stretch begins in a few minutes.
Yeah, we'll look forward to that. Thanks, Angela. Tonight, President Donald Trump issues exemptions on tariffs for some goods coming into the United States from Canada and Mexico. The president signing the executive orders just days after the sweeping tariffs on those two countries went into effect. The exemption applies to goods compliant with the USMCA trade deal. It's going to last for 1 month. President Trump made the announcement after speaking with Mexico's president and Canadian officials. But this move did not stop the stock market from tumbling.
I'm not even looking at the market because long term, the United States will be very strong. Companies and countries that have ripped off this country, our beloved USA, and they're not going to be ripping us off anymore. So, I think that has an impact on the market.
A White House official says about 50% of imports from Mexico and 36% from Canada are covered under the USMCA. That includes goods tied to the auto industry. President Trump says he still plans to impose reciprocal tariffs beginning on April 2nd. Tonight, our Logan Gay asked an IU professor how this back and forth on tariffs is impacting businesses. Logan joins us live from the newsroom. So what did he say?
Well, Scott, he told me that business and uncertainty do not go well together.
It's time to be reciprocal.
President Trump's decision to pause some tariffs until April 2nd has created a sense of unease for many business owners.
I've never heard anybody in business say, I wish there was more uncertainty about the future.
Professor David Aldrich says the back and forth has created a feeling of whiplash for some business leaders he knows.
All this injects stress in people because they're the ones who have to make the decisions about all kinds of prices, how much to produce, all kinds of decisions about production, employees, and so on. And then the same thing for consumers, too. They're trying to figure out their budgets, what to spend, what not to spend.
But he says the impacts on businesses are far-reaching and diverse. Manbir Sandhu with Khan's Fine Wines and Spirits says even if the tariffs resume by April 2nd, they don't anticipate any increase in prices until they deplete their stock and have to rebuy at the distributor level. But he says they're always trying to think ahead and be strategic.
Okay, when is the right time to go ahead and spend my money in order to buy the inventory that I need so it doesn't affect consumers too much?
Aldrich says right now business owners are just trying to do the best they can while they wait and see what's next.
I mean, maybe it'll be April 2nd. Maybe the tariffs will be imposed. They'll be delayed again. Maybe they'll be modified. I think you could say it's a fluid situation.
So Professor Aldrich also told me that generally when businesses are facing uncertainty, they try and go to more stable environments, and we could start seeing that in the future.
All right, Logan Gay in our newsroom, thanks so much. Tonight we want to take a closer look at possible plans from the Trump administration to sell 2 large federal buildings here in Marion County. One of them right here in downtown Indy, the Minton Capehart Federal Building on Pennsylvania Street. The other's in Lawrence. It's the Major General Emmett J. Bean Federal Center. And get this, when it comes to the size of federal buildings, this one is second only to the Pentagon. It's where payroll is processed for all of the U.S. military. But that's not all. At least 14 agencies have offices in this building. Now, both of these buildings are on a list of more than 400 federal facilities across our country labeled as non-core assets for disposal. So we talked to an owner of a nearby business in Lawrence today, concerned about what this could mean, not just for his bottom line, but for his community too.
I hope things can work out because it's a good facility, very, very good location, everything. I hope that they do reconsider and think real hard, maybe organize a little bit.
This list of non-core assets for disposal was published Tuesday. It was removed from the U.S. General Services Administration website yesterday. The site promises the updated list is coming soon. Tonight, a steel factory in Lafayette, Indiana is confirming layoffs are coming. Arconic alerted our state about this last week, and we just got a statement from the company tonight pointing to external market factors as the reason behind the cuts. Specifically, it says the Pittsburgh-based company lost 2 key customers. It says Arconic is taking this action to maintain the long-term sustainability of the Lafayette operations. Now, according to this statement tonight, company leaders don't know the exact number of affected workers, but according to the notification to the state of Indiana, it could be up to 163 people. Here's a look at the other stories making headlines right now. A trial date is now set for the man who's charged in that deadly shooting outside of a Southside restaurant. Randy Godfrey just appeared in court. The judge set no bond for Godfrey and then scheduled his trial for May. Police say Godfrey shot and killed Robert Smith last week after a fight at the Texas Roadhouse along Southport Road. Investigators say the 2 men knew each other. Right now, police are looking for a car believed to be involved in a deadly hit and run. That crash happened Saturday night near Washington and Rural. Police believe the car was a black Audi A4 made between 2009 and 2012. They say it could have driver's side windshield damage. If you have any information about the suspect's car, please call IMPD or Crime Stoppers. 2 people in southern Indiana are now under arrest after police say they discovered 40 pounds of meth inside Cheetos bags. Check out this picture from the Vanderburgh County Sheriff's Office. Detectives say they were notified of 2 suspicious packages at a local delivery facility. They say 2 people pulled up to pick up the packages. When officers tried to stop them, they drove away, hitting a deputy's car. Tonight, they're charged with conspiracy to distribute meth. Tonight, city leaders are confirming Kelly Diamond will remain at Indianapolis Animal Care Services as the interim director until a new director is selected. Just this week, the City County Council pulled the proposal that would have approved Diamond's nomination to lead that agency, but her selection was met with pushback, especially from volunteers. So Mayor Joe Hogsett pulled Diamond's nomination and will now select someone new. Remember, you can find all of our latest local stories anytime on our 13 News app.